All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from whenever you're calling in from. I hope we had an amazing weekend. Congratulations to each and every one of us that have traded last week and had good returns on their investment, so to speak. So well done. We still have a lot more work to do. Most importantly, remember what I always say, it's not about the money, it's about the process. It's not about the money, it's about the process. What are you picking up every day? Are you learning something every day? Not necessarily learning new strategies or whatever, but at least being able to sharpen the one that you already have, work on it till it becomes part of you. It's good to have a lot of strategies, yeah, but make sure the one that you already have right now, you know it like the back of your hand. That way, even though you have a new strategy, it is easy to integrate it. It is easy to still be able to work with what we use the new strategy with what you have, and get the results that you want. So most importantly, you have to constantly learn. You have to constantly learn. Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we still have a lot more years to go. I know eventually cryptocurrency, I believe, is going to probably come in and take over the whole currency market. That's what I believe, to be honest, really, because before the advent of legal tender, we paper money, we had other things, modes, modes of exchange. So I believe as technology advances, these new currencies are probably gonna come in and dominate the markets, the financial markets, so to speak. So straight up, I'll take you straight to. I'm going to divide this session in two parts. The first part is when we're going to be looking at the weekly analysis, and the second part is I'm just going to use that to show you something that I'm learning now. I'm trying to work on. So we're going to back test it all together. I'm going to ask us. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Then you guys are going to also go back and put that into practice as well. So I encourage everyone to stay on the call with me. So at a glance, you can already see what the week is going to be like. Don't forget, we still have this Brexit saga going on. So don't let your mind off Brexit. They haven't agreed on the deal. We're still dragging back and forth. You know, Brexit hasn't happened. The House of Parliament have not approved Theresa May's deal, so they don't want it. So she has to go back to the drawing table, probably meet with the guys at Brussels to speak to them and see what would happen if they can move things around. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. So just a little bit of back and forth happening at the moment. So that is good because that means that we have opportunity to win in the market. Like last week, what happened? Some of us that were in the GBP pairs, we were really selling, we were really selling it, and some people also caught the buy at the end of the sell. So you see, so it's not a bad thing for us. Whatever happens in the economy, we would always benefit from it as long as we have the right strategy, right patience, and the psychology in place. So don't try to Brexit off. Just keep it on your side as you trade. So as you can see, bank holiday, US bank holiday on Monday. I think it's the Martin Luther Day or something. Have a number of other news releases. ECB on Thursday. I think Friday seems quite empty. I think there are minor news releases on that day, but I always filter out the high impact news. So you can see on Wednesday I have a number of yen news happening as well, but it's the times are tentative, so that as the day goes by, they would agree on the timing. So yep, that's what you can see. Look, you use this as a guide as you trade. For some people that also trade the news as well, this might be your opportunity to trade the news and catch those extra pips. But straight up, we're just going to take you straight to my chart. And then we are looking at a number of charts pairs. If you look at the trade trade setup channel. There's a number of put a lot of a number of trade analysis there. And we are still monitoring them. Some of them are played out already. Some of them are still slow. There's a particular one that I'm really expecting to drop, but that hasn't dropped. So we have a lot of them. We are still monitoring them. So beginning from AUD Chef, Aussie Chef, Aussie Swiss franc. Yeah, I've been waiting for that double bottom to play out. See, I told you guys that I'm not really looking. This is not one of my major pairs. I'm not really looking to trade the downside, even though it continues to the downside. I'm particularly interested in the upside if it breaks above, and but now there's a reject happening. It's not it hasn't broken above. It's no, yeah. This doesn't really tell me anything. It doesn't really tell me it's ready to come. That doesn't tell me it's ready to go up. You see, it went up, it rejected, and yeah, we can't really, unless we see a major what's it called, a major bearish engulfing candle, that pushes it down like this, and we can be rest assured that this might actually begin to come down. But right now, there's no assurance that this is coming down fully, or this opening opened with a gap, but that doesn't still tell me anything. So I'm still bullish on this guy, waiting for an opportunity for me to, break, retest, and then take it to the upside because of that double bottom. You can see clearly that impulse to the downside, pull back, drop, and then it's continuing now. So I want this to happen. Normally, again, the rule of double bottom is you enter at this point, not any other place at this point. But sometimes we want to get that early entry. That's why we look for these opportunities. So if that goes in retest, I'm going to take that, and then we can add more here, and then probably add more here, or probably and then our TPs here, somewhere around here, this area. So that's AUD Swiss franc. Euro NZD, beautiful trade, beautiful trade. We're expecting it to break and retest at this level. You see, that was buyers break and retest at this. If you notice, my what's it called, trend line was originally here. So, but we got an opportunity. Where did we get that opportunity? We got an opportunity somewhere around here. Yeah, if I drop to your smaller time frame, you will see the break and retest of that neck. Yeah, this was the one. So we saw that, like, okay, fantastic. So we took that trade, and now it's running. We're expecting that to kind of continue to the downside, break, retest, and continue to the downside. Something happened here. It kind of broke down. We saw that breakdown happening, and yes, it did break, but I don't know what happened in the market last week, and that shot back up to the upside and went back. So some people that have not entered before would have seen this as an opportunity for them to take the trade again. It's still a good break and retest. Fantastic break and retest. So now it's coming down. So if you're not already in it, just look for break of this level. See, the levels are already there for you anyway. So look for break of this level, and then you continue to the downside. But I'm more bearish on this, but I don't see any reason why I should be buying this one for now, except it breaks above this. By the way, remember, this is a head and shoulder. We're trying to trade the head and shoulder. So that's Euro NZD. So the levels we're looking at is for price to continue. Probably this may be the next level you might be finding your trade. The break, let me mark that out if you're not already in it. So find your trade around there, and then continue with us. So we're going down with this guy. I don't like red. Let me take yellow. So that's Euro NZD. My trade, my guy, this is my baby right here, Euro Aussie. So right now, yeah, it's good entry at this point. Sell limit at this point. Price definitely broke. If you look at, you can see the head and shoulder forming. So neckline, price broke that, and actually this is where we should take the trade. As you can see, came all the way back here. Good entry, sell limit, and then what can you see? Price is coming down. So right now, as I just found this channel, okay, I'm just hoping this might be a good channel. I really don't want it to continue back, because if it continues back, I don't want to have to take it out and secure the bag, and because I don't want to keep this here. I don't want to lose out on what's it called? Lose out on my good trades. So this one, so I'm expecting this to continue to the downside. So this will just come down, So let me just keep doing that and then keep dropping. But whichever way, I know that this guy is gonna give me some good major winnings. So it's gonna come down all the way. Let me see. Did I? Okay, I don't think I. Yeah, I think I probably marked this somewhere else. So I know that it's gonna come down all the way down to this level. Let me see. Did I mark this guy? I think I did. Yeah, I probably did. I'm trying to remember where I marked it. Mm, Let me see here. Okay, I can't remember where I marked it. I have too many markups. So right now, I'm expecting this to come all the way down here, probably all the way down to this level. Let me see on my weekly time frame. Um, Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is where I marked it. This is where I marked it. Now look at what's happening. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's made another higher high. So what are we expecting? A higher low. So probably possibly this might actually trick us. Now that I'm seeing it again, it might actually trick us. It may just get to this level and then continue to the upside, but not a problem. That's why when we are in a trade, we have our stop loss in. Like stop loss is already in this one, some part of profit protector. So like I said, if this continues to the upside, and then I'm probably just gonna secure the bag on this guy, then let it go. But if that doesn't happen, if you're not already in this one, just make sure you don't just jump in because you haven't started. Please, can you mute yourself, please? If you're muted, just mute yourself so we don't have the background noise. So if you're not already on this trade, just let it go. It's already in the middle. You may want to probably wait for it to break this low to continue to the downside, or if it comes back to the top here, if you can get it back to the, we can get back to the top here, because I like to have a low risk to reward ratio, because if it comes back to this level, at least the risk will be here, but if you enter at this point, this is all of this will be your risk, so but if you enter from here, this will be your risk, just in case if it turns back, it will really hit you hard, so always enter at a good level. Don't jump in at the middle of a trade. That will increase your chances of winning that trade. So, or you can leave this altogether, or wait till it gets to this level, breaks this level, and then you can start looking for opportunity. You can come here and probably put a buy limit somewhere here for a short-term buy. If you want to do, normally remember what happens every time it gets to a key level, it tends to have a form of reaction. So you can put a buy limit here and look for some trade, 20, 30 pips, or if sometimes it may actually move as high as from here back to the previous, level before continuing to the downside. So that's 200 pips. So yep. So that's some, if some people want to do that, or you want to wait till you let it go to another key level, probably the down here, then you can be sure that okay, at this level I can increase my chances of winning. I didn't think this guy was going to open to the downside. I thought it was going to open to the upside. I thought it was going to continue to the downside. It was a very good trade. For some of you that saw me when we started this trade, I saw this inverted head and shoulder. Yeah, actually missed. I think I can't remember if I missed it or I took it. So, but I knew it was somewhere around here. And I knew it was gonna come to that level, finish that inverted head and shoulder. You can see what I marked. Said it's gonna come here and then continue to the downside. So, what did we do? We set a sell limit here. Some people will say, yeah, I have fantastic entries. It's not because I always enter at the level. I always have sell limits. I trade more with sell limits than by market. And besides, with sell limits and all of those sell limit buy stops and rest of them, you take care of what we call slippages. So they can enter you in at the right price, not the price that they decide to quote. The price that you saw it is what you're going to get if you enter the trade with a sell limit. So at these levels, you see what happened. Got there and boom, just see, fantastic. My drawdown wasn't even that great, and then what did you see? All of that move to the downside. So right now it's doing that. So I saw that on the higher time frame, a head and shoulder forming, inverted head and shoulder finishing. to start a head and shoulder. Yep. So right now you can see it clearly. It's at the neckline. So if you're not already in this trade, this is your trade right there. So just wait for this to break. I had an alert set on here, and yes, it did. It did come off. I said it was somewhere around here, and I was waiting for it to come. I set an alert that if it comes here, at least it means I have to start monitoring it for it to break, and it did come there and broke it. So right now, this is your trade. Look for an opportunity to take this trade. It's let me see. I think this is my line. Is this my line, or let me confirm that? Okay, it's not my line. It's the rejection. Okay, so your trade will be somewhere around here. Yep. Hold on. Oh yeah, I knew it was my line. Okay, so now this is where we're going to. This is where the TP is at. If we are blessed, from there to here is about 300, 330 pips. So what we need now is for this to break out of here and then form probably retest. Two things, guys. You know how I trade now. You can sometimes price may come down like this, do that perfectly, and then continue. Yep, that may happen. Or it may come down to this level, come back, and then continue. Yep. Sometimes it may even come as deep as this level. If it comes with a giant candle, then goes back up and then continue. So just know that that may happen, and then price may just come from here and then come to that level and then that's it. Some people may decide to say, okay, I'm gonna do a sell stop instead and let price just come in. So even though it comes in, at least if I set a sell stop around here or somewhere around here, if it comes, it's probably just somewhere around here, or maybe at the neckline, or you probably even entered market at this level. If it comes back, it's gonna still come to there, but then I still know that I'm still in the market, even though it comes in and takes me back into the negative. I'm still in the market, and then it continues to the down. So that's if you're sure that indeed this is a head and shoulder. For me, I'm already in this trade anyway, so I don't have anything to lose. So for now, if you want to enter the market, it's go for it. If you want to wait till this comes in and retests, so every time you see me do this, I'm not saying that every time price is going to do that break and retest and come down. It doesn't happen every time. There's nothing that's 100% in the market. I need you to understand that. So sometimes it may just break because we've seen a number of times waited set sell limits or buy limits in the market, and price it just keeps going. It doesn't come back to enter us in the market, and we lose that trade. So sometimes you can enter buy market, sometimes you can enter with buy stop, and sometimes you can just do it, leave your sell limit. If you don't get the trade, it's fantastic, move on to the next trade. No, you don't cry over spills milk. Let it go. There are other opportunities in the market. So with this one, if we can get this fantastic move, and if God is gracious to us and we can get all the way down to this level again that we anticipate, which is 600 plus pips, even better. Yeah. So at this level, it's looking good, looking like a good trade as someone can take. But know that if you enter the market, you must already have a predetermined lot size, predetermined loss. What are you willing to lose in the market? Like if you take this trade now, your stop loss will probably be depending. Let me see, if you enter at this level right now, this will be your stop loss. Some people can set their stop loss at this level here, just right above here. Not bad, not a bad idea. But if it kicks you out, you can't cry over that. Just need to look for another opportunity to enter. Some will say, okay, I think I can handle it and put my stop loss right here. That way I'm above this whole of this level that price just got to and got to. So basically that's where I would put my stop loss, just to protect my trade. And then because if you look at that, this is how much you're risking. Let's assume you want to take it at this point. or you want to wait till it gets back to this level, or want to wait till it gets back to this level. Anyhow, but if you risk from there, this is how much you're risking. You're risking 50 pips, 54 pips, 55, 54 pips to make how many from there? You're risking 50. Maybe you entered at that level to make 300 or 600. So that is 50, 300. That's one to, how many is that? One to, somebody do the math for me. That's 1 to 6, isn't it? 1 to 6 risk to reward, which is fantastic, but there's no assurance that you're going to get everything. So you have to also understand that when you're if you're winning, you have to either close half of your trade or move stop loss in to protect your profit just in case, because as you're in the market, they're going to want to take away everything from you as well, market makers and what have you. So euro, so that's NZD card, guys. So euro, GBP, euro pound. Now this one, you can see that see consolidation, breakout, retest, and then bounce. Consolidation, breakout, retest, and then that was a deep retest. Consolidation, breakout, deep retest, and then you see the move. This move to the upside was Brexit, by the way, and then price continued on where it was supposed to go. So retest, and then this is what we're having. So right now, I would say this might actually be, what's it called, pullback happening for continue straight to the downside. Why? Because see that break out of that what's it called now, and then you saw that pullback and then that drop. So that's another pullback happening for that to continue to the downside. So at the moment, it's going the way we marked it. It broke out to the top side because of that Brexit. So we felt okay. Remember what I said? So that was Brexit. I had Brexit down here. I thought it was going to go as high, so it was short lived. But then it coincided with the technical analysis. With the technical analysis as well. So break, retest, or pull back, or what have you, and then drop. Same thing is happening right now. So this might actually push up. Who knows? May even push up to this level. Who knows? But as long as it doesn't take out the previous high, So and then to the downside. But I don't like trading pairs that are, what's it called, that are, so if you haven't entered this trade yet, have to consider, if I want to ask yourself, do I want to enter at this point or do I want to wait? So on the lower time frame, so let me increase that for you. On the lower time frame, so this is where we are right now. You can look for price to break down to this level, break out of that upside, because at the top right now, what can happen? Two things can happen. It could just do that and then continue to the upside. Yeah, we could do that. So you can decide what you want to do. If you want to take this trade at this point and then your stop loss somewhere around here, stop loss somewhere around here, and then you can, probably first TP, first TP will probably be this one, and then second TP that one. So you have to obey the rules. Or you want to wait if you believe that it's coming down, or if you believe it's going up, because just say, okay, fine, I'm going to wait, do this, wait for this to do that so I can be clear, and then that will be your move right there. But I will consider this one's scalping because you won't have major moves. Then for the downside, if it continues, breaks down, then let it break out of this, and then either this might happen, or okay, type in this thing, or it might just break out of this and then that to the downside. So, but then again, this will be your stop loss. Whatever you do, I'm always very particular about your stop loss. This will be your stop loss. Let me see how many pips that would be, just to, how many pips if you enter from here. Not too bad, 30. If you enter from here, not too bad, 40, 45. So put that into consideration. Yeah, but just be on the lookout for that one. Be on the lookout for it. This is your trade. Yes. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar. I don't know what this guy is trying to do, but I believe that every time you have more, a lot of consolidation like this, long consolidation like this, the breakout is always great. So I expect this. What was I looking at on the higher time frame? Let me see. The higher time frame. Yes, I was higher time frame. I was looking at this double bottom here. Same thing I was seeing with this guy, I presume. Yes. So I was looking at the double bottom, see that massive rejection. That's telling me that this is going up, massive rejection. So I expect this to continue to the upside. So, but right now it's at this level, it's consolidating at this level. That's telling me one thing, that okay, that price may just, you know, push up. It's giving me a good level to look for my buys, good level. So what am I looking for right now? I'm looking for this to continue here, retest, and then I would, look for that entry. Or like I said again, some people may just say, okay, I'm going to do a sell stop or a buy stop at this level, and then my stop loss somewhere around here if price doesn't go that low. But the lower price go, the lower your stop loss will go. So if that happens, then your buy stop may be here, buy stop may be here. Then if it comes in, it enters you into the market. And if you're a limit person, you'll wait till it breaks above that, and then price comes back to take you. So sometimes you may actually do this go at that high, then come back into it. So you just need to be patient, and then it will continue to the upside. But generally, this is what we're waiting for this trade right here, waiting for this upside. So we've been waiting for that breakout because of that massive drop. We're waiting for this guy to continue, but somehow he was able to come down again. I think that was some form of manipulation anyway. Came down and then now it's going back up. So we're trying to see all of this. That's all we want to take. 900 pips. That's all we want to take. You can see all of this. And if we are fortunate enough, hey Jesus, if we are fortunate enough, see there, I need to change that color. That's I just keep that there. If we are fortunate enough, this might actually go all the way, because see, call this double bottom as well. Let me see. Double bottom. I see this go. Let me just be a very so you see. So if we can get an entry somewhere around here, see how much we are looking for. 2,200 pips, guys. We can get that. So this one just looks very clear. You can already see it. Breakout, retest, bounce. Came back to that level, broke it, retested it, drop. Came back to it, dropped. Came back to it, dropped. So that is a key level, so waiting for price to come back into it. And yeah, so that's AUD, USD, Aussie dollar. I'm just gonna move now to the next one. CAD yen. CAD yen, we're looking for that inverted head and shoulder, weren't we now? So to take us back to the top. Why? Because of that double top right here. If you notice, if you look back, you can clearly see it. Price came in, bounced, came in, bounced, came in, and bounced again. It didn't even break. It didn't even close below it. So this is telling me this is going to bounce again. So on the smaller time frame, it created an inverted head and shoulder for us. Double confirmation, double confluence. So right now, the neckline hasn't broken, broken clearly, but personally, I think I'm already in this trade anyway. So now you can see it. So I'm still waiting for that. I've already shared this with us a few days back. So last week. So retest, so waiting for, and then or breakout. Like I said again, this is a good place. Your stop loss will be here. Some people may decide, okay, I think I want to enter this. I think I want to. Remember, this is a risky market. Scared money does not make money. It's a risky market. Some people you can decide, okay, I'm gonna take this trade, and I'm not gonna put I'm gonna put a standard lot sizes. Yes, it's good to take risk, but it's also good to take calculated risk. Yep. some people might say, okay, I'm going to put a mini in there with a good stop loss as well. So whatever you decide to do, but do it. Don't be afraid to trade, and at the same time, um don't be too over risky. I don't know if the right word to use there. So if you're going to take this trade, your stop loss will probably be maybe somewhere below here, just to be on the safe side. It's really risky though, because let me see now if I can. Let me see. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, so yeah, that's the lowest this thing went to. So your stop loss may be somewhere. Excuse me. Your stop loss may be somewhere below here. Where is it again now? Let me take this thing to the side here. Yeah, so this might be your stop loss. Put your stop loss here. Yep, so your trade will be here. Normally, you know the rules of trading an inverted head and shoulder. Your stop loss is normally at the bottom of that shoulder. Some people can decide to put their stop loss at the bottom of the head if they have the account to hold the drawdown. If it does happen. So this is your stop loss and this is your reward. So what would be the risk to reward ratio if your stop loss were there? So let's assume you take your trade at this level. So look at that, 170. Now some people are going to scream. What would be your reward if you enter that level? 6 something. So that's 1 to 6. Yeah, 1 to 6. Yeah, that's 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. That's for swing traders. And then that's just that one. And if it breaks above again, let me see. Now let me confirm that. Okay, from here again, let me confirm that. So from SC, you enter from here. Yeah, that's right. So 620 or thereabout. So that's 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. It's good. It's a good risk. But can you take 100 pips stop loss? That's a question. So if not, then wait for price to break out of this entirely and then create, because that means your low, the next low will be somewhere around here. So maybe you enter at this level, your next low will probably be maybe somewhere around here, the previous low here, or maybe even this one. Let's see. Yeah, it will still be high. Okay, maybe somewhere around here. It means you might have to drop down to your smaller time frame. Yeah, to find something. Yeah, somewhere around here may be better, because as the previous C, low, 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 low. So you'll be playing with that. You'll be trading with that. So low, 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 low. So previous low would be this one right here. If it doesn't come below that, so you can probably possibly do this or do that one, depending on where you enter. So if you enter from here, good place. So it'll be like 30. Yep. So yeah, but whatever you choose, whatever you can handle, there's no one size that fits all. Doesn't really mean that price would definitely respect that place that you put that your stop loss in. It may just come in and slam you out and then continue continue to the upside. Yeah. But if it does that, you have to try and enter again. Another one is this card, Frank, that we were looking, Swiss franc that we're looking at as well. Inverted head and shoulder. See that it's really clear, very long head, to be honest, really. So that's the left shoulder, the right shoulder. And right now, as you can see, as I sent these charts last week or last 2 weeks, we are telling us to look for that level. And as you can see, it broke it, retested. I think I'm in this one as well. So now to the upside. It's going to the upside. So let's see what we're anticipating as 200, but I think it might actually be more than that if we are to measure this what's it called now? We are to measure this neck head. So if we are to measure that, that's where we're going to. Yep. So pretty much around where this guy stopped, for a total of how many pips? You just see to the previous high here. That's 260 pips, 250 pips, sorry. So that's what you're looking at, guys, for this particular one. Move has already been made. So what may happen again for this one is for this guy to come back down. So just be on the lookout. You know, if you remember what happened in what's it called now, Euro NZD, I presume. Yes, remember what happened in Euro NZD break? We were looking at that retest. Some of us entered at this level, and then some people also at this level. So that may happen again with this guy. So some of us are already in here. So price may just come back down again. That's my so price may just come back down again and then push to the upside. So yeah, that's your trade right there. That's your trade. Just be on the lookout for that one. I don't know how many more I have to look at because of time. I don't want this to be too long. Yes, we remember this guy vividly. Came all the way to that level and that we marked. And then what did you see? Again, remember I missed this supply zone. You know, I saw it on the monthly. I saw this supply zone on the monthly, but I missed this one. So, but eventually found it anyway. So that's what happened. Price came into that supply zone and has been dropping ever since. Right now, this is what's happening. It's creating a bearish flag. So just be on the lookout for that one. Be on the lookout for that one. So we're definitely going to see a downside, a continued downside for USD CAD. Continued downside. We're definitely going to see it. So this may just do that up and down before coming to that downside. But that's your trade right there. So the way to trade this, you might just wait for this to break out of that trend line. You can see. That channel. Sorry. So you can ignore all of this and just wait for your trade here. Wait for your trade here. You know, excuse me. Yeah, just wait for that to break out of that level and then continue to the downside. So you can decide to ignore all of this. Or if you want to scalp it, then look for a buy to the upside, look for a sell there, and then continue as whichever works for you. But for me, I would wait for that to break out because I'm particular about the downside, not really the upside. Okay. Time. Euro dollar. Euro dollar. Yeah, still looking at that. Can you see, guys? We're waiting for this guy to form, but just been manipulating it. You know, so right now you can see that trend line. Price came, hit, bounce, hit, bounce, hit, bounce. So I believe it's coming back down now. I was actually expecting this to break out of that what's it called that we saw, that descending channel. Yes, it did break out, and then the next thing I saw was it broke out like I expected, but I thought it was going to break out and continue to the upside. You know, yeah, I saw this happening. You know, just like we saw this move break, retest, and then continues. I thought we're going to see that kind of breakout and retest, and then possibly because of that channel, you know. But if you look at it critically, if you want to follow my what's it called now, strategy, then you could say, okay, maybe price really wanted to do this, you know, previous high, you know, maybe just wanted to do that previous high thing, you know, previous level we got to, you know, but I don't like assuming. See, came back and retested a previous place it a previous low it had at this point before, you know. Yeah, but USD, Euro USD is not my area right now. So right now, just wait. I'm saying I believe it might just come all the way back to this bottom. I just come all the way back to that bottom of that trend line before the next bounce, you know. But generally, Euro USD is supposed to be going down. Supposed to be going down. You know, I already marked that on the higher time frame because of that channel. Yep, channel. So expected that to touch that and then continue to the downside. But we're going to have a little bit of fight before we see that downside. See this one as well. Came down, pushed up, and then continue, pushed up, continue, and then never created more lows, and then it went back up. And so that's been coming, it's been coming back down now. So what we need now, just wait for that to come down, either break that level. If it breaks that level, then look for your buy. If it doesn't, then it's gonna bounce. It's gonna come down here and then bounce. Again, it may just bounce here and continue to the upside. It's very unpredictable, Euro USD. So if it's a trade that you trade, you just have to be watchful. But that's your level right there. This is what we are looking at. It's your trend line. You can draw that trend line and see what happens. Aussie CAD, yep, same thing. So expecting this to bounce off, came in and then returned back down. So, but then it formed this channel, been going up, and I think I sent this on the platform as well. It's been going up and down in that channel. So maybe this from here now, probably going back up to continue to the downside. Again, guys, look for high probability trades. Trades that are not clear, trades at the, you see, like I expected this to continue, jump up and, bounce and continue to the upside. That didn't happen. Okay, I expected it to come here, bounce, and then continue to the downside, but it's just been all over the place. So look for trades that have high probability of winning. If they don't have high probability of winning, there's no point. You can just ignore them. Yeah, and just ignore them. We had that at Head and Shoulder. I remember what happened was it last week now, and that's massive drop. So some of us caught that Head and Shoulder. I didn't even expect that to happen that quickly. It was just a quick Head and Shoulder, and then we caught that, and then this is what's been happening. So if you want to take this, just be sure to, get the right what's it called, entry. So this is where it is in this channel. So if you want to, it's at the bottom. If you want to take that trade, it's a good trade to take. To be honest, really. So just look for that. Make sure that you're exiting at the right place. You can do this. That's your entry. That may be your TP. That's your stop loss. See, this is really, really straightforward because it's at the bottom. So that's your TP. So if if it gets to this level, your stop loss is already moved into profit. And then if it breaks that, then can continue to the upside. Or it may just get there and then continue and come back to hit your stop loss in profit. Yep, so that may be a good trade to look at. Quick win for that one. I think I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, I wanted to look at this one briefly too. Okay, yep, channel. Remember, lower high, lower low, sorry. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So this may be the highest it will get to before that drop. So probably possibly this is coming down, give us a bearish engulfing candle. Good trade. Sorry, wanted to increase that. Bearish engulfing candle at this level. Yeah, good one. So this may actually pull back. Remember my strategy may go back to this level. We just go back up to give us an entry to the downside. Let me confirm. Hold on. Is this my marking or that's a week? Okay, it's my marking. So yep. So I expected this to go back to that level. That is what but remember guys, when was it last week when I was speaking, I said we cannot really tell where the next lower high would be because it's in a downtrend. We can't really tell where the next lower high would be for this trade. We go back and look at my because it can turn anywhere, but and yeah, you can see. But the most important thing, as long as it doesn't go beyond this lower high, because if it goes beyond this lower high, then it means it's broken structure. So it's probably going back to the next lower high. So right now this may be the next lower high for it to continue to downside. It's definitely going to come lower than this. But if it doesn't come lower than this and it keeps hitting that level, then it's going back up. Yep. So just be on the lookout for that trade, GBP USD. Yeah. So right now this is where it is. It is at this time. Yep. And I'm anticipating. Let me see on the daily, and I'm anticipating it's maybe like a pullback for a continued drop, or it may just continue to reduce. But right now, you can't take this trade because it's in the middle of a move. Don't catch a falling knife. Let it come down to structure. Let it come down to somewhere around here. Then you look for your entry. Come down to somewhere around here. See, because of that drop, test, drop, test, drop, test, drop. So let it come back there. So it may just come back there and then bounce. That may be a trade, or it may just come back there, break it, retest. Yeah. So this is your trade area. So you may just ignore all of this for now, unless you want to wait. Maybe if you start seeing some form of flag form at this level, so some people trade flag as well. Start seeing some form of flag and then can take your trade, or some form of what's it called, descending channel, and then you can look for that breakout to the upside. Yeah, but for me, I would say yeah, this is your trade area, the best trade area. Your stop loss would be the previous high of wherever this is going to form. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me stop there. It's gold. Yeah. Yeah, for gold, gold, I expected this guy to bounce because of that. What did I call it? Pennant or ascending triangle. The rule, pennant or ascending triangle is for this to break out. But as you can clearly see, it failed. Yep. So that's to tell you nothing is 100%. The fact that they say a bullish flag will always break to the downside, doesn't mean that's going to happen 100% of the time. So a pennant is supposed to break to the upside. A bullish pennant like this is supposed to break to the upside, and then or an ascending triangle, same thing. But what did you see? It broke to the downside. So for this guy, I'm actually expecting this to continue down, probably come back to that level that it was before, and then possibly bounce from there. To continue that up and down thing that it's been doing, or just possibly break, come back down, and then continue to the downside. So, but I know not every one of us trade gold, so I'm not going to waste time with that one. But just be on the lookout for that level. So some people may put a buy limit here to just catch a quick win to the upside because of anticipated reaction. Okay, guys, I'm just going to shut this down for now and then go to the next item that we have for tonight. So see you guys on the other side. Have a fantastic trading week. God bless. Bye.